Get ready to be blown away by the tech wizardry of the 3D printer. This genius invention lets our craziest imaginations run wild and watch as they transform into mind-bogglingly cool reality. We're talking lifelike robots, artistic masterpieces, and even functional gadgets. From record-breaking marvels to everyday stunners, let's dive into the top 15 most jaw-dropping creations ever brought to life by these incredible machines. First up, number 15. Take a closer look at these precision-crafted miniature figures that will make you feel like you're stepping into a giant toy box. Meet Johnny Hurwitz, the mastermind behind some seriously tiny art pieces. This genius uses innovative 3D photosynthetic materials to craft miniature masterpieces so small they'll leave you speechless. We're talking sculptures that can fit on an ant's forehead. But here's the magic part: when zoomed in, these teeny tiny statues pack a punch, boasting all the intricate details and features you'd expect from their full-size counterparts. And although Johnny admits his tiny treasures often go missing due to their minuscule size, it's undeniable that we're now living in an era where artists can push boundaries like never before, creating works of art that require a magnifying glass to fully appreciate. Talk about mind blown. Get ready to meet the game-changing cast that's redefining recovery. Enter the Ostioid, designed by visionary Dennis Karasane back in 2014. This isn't your average cast. It's a high-tech marvel that seamlessly combines cutting-edge 3D printing with innovative medical tech. What sets it apart? The Ostioid features strategic ventilation holes, providing the perfect entry points for a low-intensity pulsed ultrasound system. And here's where things get seriously cool. This smart design can accelerate bone healing by up to an astonishing 38% compared to traditional casts. So how does the Ostioid's futuristic design become possible? The magic happens because of 3D printing's incredible ability to create custom-fit casts. And that means no compromising on ventilation for strength. This freedom in design leads to a more comfortable, itch-free and odor-free experience, making it clear this tech-savvy cast leaves the traditional one in its wake. Now, let's switch gears to something truly melodic: the violin. Typically crafted from wood or metal, this instrument is about to get a major upgrade with the 3D printing revolution. Get ready to strike a chord with the 3D Varius violin. Designed by Lawrence Bernadak in 2012, this innovative instrument takes inspiration from Stradivarius violins, but gives them a futuristic twist, all thanks to 3D printing magic. What sets it apart isn't just its plastic body or sleek design, but the fact that it's created as one seamless piece. This game-changing approach ensures a smooth flow of sound waves, giving violinists unprecedented control over their music. If you're looking for an instrument that's both stunning and sounds amazing, look no further. The 3D Varius is the ultimate choice. Buckle up and get ready for takeoff. You've probably tried folding your own paper airplane at some point, but let's be real, they usually end up being more like paper cranes that barely clear the coffee table. But one genius, Dieter Michael Krohn, took an old design to new heights in 2017. He created a mind-blowing paper airplane gun that can fold and shoot an insane 120 planes per minute. That's faster than you can say airborne adventure. Here's the deal: Dieter Krohn's game-changing paper airplane gun is a real showstopper. Built with a mix of 3D printed and non-3D printed parts, this thing is a masterclass in innovation. It just goes to prove how 3D printing can revolutionize design and make products more efficient. So, if you want a sneak peek at what's possible when genius meets tech, head over to Pabia Flieger on YouTube. Dieter's channel is absolute must-see. Now that we've flown high with paper airplanes, let's gear up for our next stop, number 11. The backpack of the future. Get ready to level up your campus style with Makek's mind-blowing see-through backpack, designed specifically to carry their Mago 3D printer. This futuristic pack lets you print on the go and rocks a seriously cool look that's equal parts tech and fashion. But here's the best part. Even if you don't need the 3D printing power, this versatile backpack can store all your everyday essentials. Although back in 2018, you could snag both the printer and the pack for just $189. Sadly, the backpack isn't available anymore, and now the Mego 3D printer costs a whopping $199. Talk about a price hike. Next up, we've got number 10 on our list. You won't believe what this genius dad and his son did. They built their very own Lamborghini Aventador using a 3D printer. Sterling Backus, a physicist with a passion for innovation, took on this massive project to show his son just how powerful 3D printing tech is. He assembled an army of 3D printers and fed them over 220 spools of special filaments, like PLA for the body panels, and durable carbon fiber-filled nylon for extra tough parts. But here's the thing, they didn't stop at just 3D printing. They also used some seriously cool traditional techniques like CNC machining and vacuum infusion to make sure their creation was road-ready. This is a project that's all about pushing boundaries and proving what's possible with cutting-edge tech, and it's a must-see for anyone who loves innovation. So, we've just seen how this dad and son duo saved a ton of cash by building their dream car using 3D printing. From a whopping hundreds of thousands to a mere 1,000. That's what happens when you think outside the box and get creative with technology. Now let's set sail for our next mind-blowing example: boats made with 3D printers. You might know that the US military is always on top of the latest tech, and in October 2019, they took it to a whole new level by completing an entire ship. Yes, you heard that right, a whole ship. Using this revolutionary technology, we can't wait to dive into the details of how they made it happen. Let's dive deeper into the amazing story of how that record-breaking boat was made. A team from the Combat Capabilities Development Command joined forces with the University of Maine and Ingersoll Machine Tools to create a massive 3D printer. We're talking huge, folks, big enough to build a whole military vessel. The result: a machine capable of pumping out an astonishing 227 kilograms of material per hour, producing something as large as 30 by 6.7 by 3 meters. But here's the coolest part. This monster printer used a combination of plastic and wood cellulose to bring the boat to life all. And when it was all said and done, our gigantic creation measured in at an impressive 7.6 meters long, tipping the scales at nearly 2 tons. To add even more bragging rights, this incredible feat also earned them 3 world records: largest 3D printed solid part, largest 3D printed boat, and most importantly, it was created using what was then the world's largest 3D printer. So what can we take away from this mind-blowing project? One thing's for sure, it's a testament to human innovation and what's possible when genius minds come together. Now, speaking of incredible feats, here at Channel Name, our goal is to bring you the most fascinating stories right in your inbox. If you're as stoked about this journey as we are, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you never miss a video, and give us a thumbs up for more amazing content. Let's keep pushing those views up together. Next up, at number 8, get ready to be amazed by the incredible world of human organs. Here's the scoop on human organs right now. Demand far outstrips supply, and the result: a disturbing underground trade where people are willing to pay top dollar for something many need desperately: an organ transplant. But fear not, because a game-changing technology might be about to revolutionize this field: 3D printing. These printers aren't just cost-effective, they can also create organs of unmatched quality. The issue with traditional transplants is that the body often rejects the new organ, leading to complications and even failure. Could 3D printed organs finally offer a solution, bringing hope to those waiting for a life-saving transplant? Let's dive in at number 8 to find out. This is where things get really cool. With 3D printed organs made from cells that match a patient's own body, the risk of immune rejection plummets. It's no wonder then that we're seeing some amazing advancements. 3D printed bones, corneas, and even ears are already in clinical trials. But there's still room for improvement. Current printers just aren't intricate enough to replicate the real thing yet. Still, given how far this tech has come, it wouldn't be shocking if 3D printing soon dominates this industry, offering hope to those waiting for a life-changing transplant. Let's dive into our next mind-blowing invention. Number 7. Face masks taken to an extreme level. Japanese designer Suhei Okawara is pushing boundaries with his hyper-realistic, super pricey masks that'll turn you into a random stranger. For a whopping $150, these luxury masks offer a creepy transformation that'll make heads turn. But here's the wild part. Okawara recruits actual people to star in his designs by paying them $150 for the right to use their face after an initial headshot screening. So, once Okawara gets the green light from his facial models, the next step is a super high-tech process. He uses 3D scanning to capture an incredibly detailed virtual replica of each face, think ultra-realistic and crystal clear. After that, talented artists manually refine these scans to perfection in preparation for the 3D printing magic that's about to happen. Now, with this process in place, Okawara can churn out around 100 jaw-dropping masks every month. And guess what? Even A-listers are taking notice. They're reaching out to Okawara to have their faces recreated. But will his business be more than just a fleeting trend or here to stay? We're keeping our fingers crossed and eager to find out. Imagine waking up one day to find out that an entire office building has been printed right before your eyes, literally. That's exactly what happened in January 2015 at China's Suzhou Industrial Park. This massive project saw a gigantic 3D printer come into action, crafting the building's walls and components piece by mind-blowing piece using its own secret sauce, a patented blend of recycled construction waste like concrete, fiberglass sand, and an industrial hardening magic ingredient. The result, a whopping 1,100 square meters of office space, all created in record time. This trailblazing feat is changing the game for architecture and construction as we know it all. Who knew 3D printing could build a whole new future? But here's a game changer. This revolutionary office building not only gave new life to old waste, but also turned out to be shockingly resilient. The special ink used in the 3D printing process made the walls incredibly flexible, self-insulating, and strong enough to withstand powerful earthquakes. To create these walls, the printer used an innovative diagonal reinforced print pattern, making them super robust. Although a few extra parts like steel beams, insulation, pipes, windows, and doors were added separately for now, it's only a matter of time before 3D printing can produce all these components too. The future of construction is looking seriously cool. Get ready to level up your wardrobe. As technology advances, we're about to see a fashion revolution, clothes made with the help of 3D printers. This shift is huge for designers and our planet. For starters, it's a total game changer for reducing waste. Instead of cutting into larger pieces of fabric, 3D printing uses exactly what's needed, zeroing out scraps. Plus, these futuristic garments are ridiculously easy to customize. Just input your measurements and voila! A perfect fit outfit is printed on the spot. But that's not all. Designers aren't just stopping at regular wear. They're also crafting some seriously cool, one-of-a-kind creations, like bespoke accessories and even prosthetics for fashion enthusiasts with disabilities. The future of fashion has officially arrived, and it's 3D. Let's dive into some mind-blowing fashion examples. Designer Travis Fitch took 3D printing to new heights with his stunning, multi-layered dress made from 30 vibrant pieces. Talk about intricate design. And if that's not enough, check out this show-stopping 400-piece dress featuring solid pointy spikes, crafted using selective laser sintering. But it's not just all about the ladies' fashion. We've got some awesome menswear too. Vipti 3D is a brand that's killing the game with fully customizable ties, all thanks to their clever use of 3D printing software. No more one-size-fits-all neckwear. You can now get a tie that fits your style and measurement perfectly. Now, let's shift gears from fashion to food. Get ready for some seriously juicy news. While we've been chatting about 3D printed dresses and ties, another industry is also making waves with this cutting-edge technology: meat. People Beyond Meat might be a big name in the artificial meat game, but Israeli company Redefine Meat is about to take it to the next level. They're using a 3D printer to create steaks that not only look like the real deal, but also taste just as amazing. Can you imagine sinking your teeth into a perfectly grilled, lab-grown steak? It's clear 3D printing isn't just for fashion anymore. Its possibilities are endless. Now let's dive into the meat of the matter, literally. Creating ink for a printed steak is no easy feat, but engineers have cracked the code by using plant-based materials that nail the nutrients cows love, along with proteins from grains and legumes to mimic muscle texture, fats, and other acids found in red meat. The result: steaks that are eerily similar in flavor, structure, and even color. This tech has already made a huge splash, as Redefine Meat raised an impressive $9 million by February 17th of last year, and it's clear their bet on this innovative approach is about to pay off big time. Fast forward to January 2021, when Redefine Meat scored a major deal with Israeli meat distributor Bestmaster, and we're talking game-changing. They'll be bringing printed steaks to restaurants and butchers across Israel, and initial taste tests have been a real crowd pleaser, with an impressive 90% acceptance rate among meat lovers. With plans to expand to Europe, Asia, and North America by late 2021, the sky's the limit. And let's not forget the numbers. The global meat substitute market is projected to reach a whopping $0.1 billion by 2026, making Redefine Meat a potential big winner in the coming years. But before we get back to meaty matters, let's switch gears and talk about a seriously cool application of 3D printing. You won't believe how quickly SKU4D's massive 3D printer can construct an entire home just 8 days from start to finish. That's lightning fast compared to traditional building methods, and it doesn't stop there. This innovative approach also saves around 30% on costs by needing fewer laborers on site. The demo house was a huge success, taking only 48 hours to print the walls, thanks to the printer's ability to lay down layer upon layer of concrete at incredible speed, beating any human builder hands down. Get ready to revolutionize the housing market with SKU4D. Their game-changing 3D printing tech lets them build homes at lightning speed and a whopping 30% cheaper than traditional methods. No wonder they're planning to sell these babies on demand. Check out this jaw-dropping listing: a 130 SQM home with garage in Riverhead, Long Island for just $199,000. That's half the price of similar homes in the area. While some old-school tradesmen might be skeptical about this futuristic approach, the younger crowd is totally stoked. And it's not just because 3D printing homes is cool, but also because it's a major win for the planet. The 3D printed house revolution is all about precision and sustainability. Since this method involves a super organized building process, it's a breeze to design homes that churn out minimal waste and use eco-friendly materials. Talk about a win for our planet. As more people crave affordable and green living spaces, you can bet these futuristic abodes will be gaining major traction. Meanwhile, let's shift gears to something else entirely: 3D printing in the world of firearms. In places where owning a gun is pricey, some have turned to DIY printing as a way to fix their firearms. But here's the thing: this movement isn't just about convenience. It's also tied to an anarchist push against strict gun control laws. Meat Deterrence Dispensed, a key player in the 3D printing firearms movement, and they're using some serious charisma to draw people in. With catchphrases like "anyone can make it" and "live free or die," They're pushing the idea that no government should have control over your right to own a gun and that self-protection is everyone's responsibility. To make this vision a reality, Deterrence Dispensed drops free online instructions for 3D printed guns, including handguns and even Fallout assault rifles. These designs are cleverly crafted so most parts can be made directly with the 3D printer, with only about 15% of components needing to come from elsewhere. And just in case they get shut down, these files are hosted on Speed. A media site powered by the Libri blockchain. Talk about staying one step ahead. The 3D printing firearms movement is causing major concerns among government officials, and for good reason. With detailed blueprints freely available online, there's a risk that years of gun control laws could be undermined, potentially putting unsteady individuals in possession of deadly weapons. What makes this movement so tricky to tackle is its decentralized nature, no fixed headquarters, no public leader, just a network of independent contributors pumping out content onto the internet. This anonymity makes regulation nearly impossible, and the initiative's growing popularity suggests it won't be long before a 3D printed gun shared online leads to devastating consequences. Get ready to step up your shoe game. The world of footwear just got a whole lot cooler with the rise of 3D printing technology. Shoe companies are going head-to-head in an innovative battle, and this cutting-edge tool is giving them an edge. While traditional manufacturing methods still dominate most shoe production, many brands have discovered that 3D printers can be used to create game-changing components or even entire styles. One major player, Adidas, made headlines back in 2018 by producing a whopping 100,000 pairs of shoes entirely crafted with 3D printing. Talk about revolutionizing the sole game. Let's dive deeper into the Adidas Futurecraft 4DS, a real game changer. To bring this innovative shoe to life, Adidas teamed up with Carbon's Clip process, a cutting-edge 3D printing method that enabled them to create a lattice sole like never before. This mind-blowing design upgrade wasn't just for show, it seriously boosted performance, flexibility, and even made the shoes more affordable. But here's where things get really wild. Some companies have taken the 3D printing leap all the way to full manufacturing mode. One such trailblazer is Provolve, a brand that's redefining footwear with their radical approach. By creating custom-fit shoes in the shape of your actual foot, after just scanning it, they're taking comfort and support to a whole new level. Talk about stepping into the future. Now, let's see how Provolve takes their customization to the next level. They're using biofusion technology to bring your shoe design to life. But here's the coolest part. You can even change up the sole thickness to fit your personal style. Mind blown, right? And we're just getting started, because some designers are pushing the boundaries of what's possible with 3D printing. Like Iris Van Herpen and Remdi Kulos, who created these show-stopping shoes for Paris Fashion Week, inspired by the banyan tree's roots. They used a PolyJet 3D printer to craft a shoe that looks like it's grown right around your foot. Whether you love or hate this design, one thing is clear with 3D printing. The future of fashion and innovation is limitless. Still